America once helped fund the same war that helped create the man who later attacked it. Weapons, money, and training poured into Afghanistan. But when the war ended, something dangerous remained: a global network of fighters, and one man who believed he had defeated a superpower. This is how Osama bin Laden became America's most wanted enemy. And number 1 set the stage for a global tragedy. Number 10. Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, 1979. In 1979, the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan to control the region. The Cold War between the US and the Soviet Union was at its peak. America feared Soviet expansion toward oil-rich Middle Eastern nations, so the US secretly began supporting Afghan resistance fighters, known as the Mujahideen. Money, weapons, and training flowed into Afghanistan through covert operations. Fighters from across the Muslim world traveled there to join the war. One of those volunteers was a young Saudi named Osama bin Laden, and this war would change his life forever. Number 9. Bin Laden enters the war. Bin Laden wasn't initially known as a warrior. He used his family's wealth to help build roads, supply tunnels, training camps, and funding networks. He helped recruit foreign volunteers to fight the Soviets. He gained respect among fighters and built powerful connections. More importantly, he learned how guerrilla warfare networks worked. By the end of the war, he wasn't just a volunteer. He had become part of an international militant network. Number 8. Massive U.S. funding to anti-Soviet fighters. During the war, the U.S. spent billions of dollars arming Afghan resistance groups. Advanced weapons, including anti-aircraft missiles, were provided through regional allies. The goal was simple: defeat Soviet forces, and it worked. But once the war ended, Afghanistan was left full of weapons, militias, and fighters, with no unified leadership. The battlefield victory created long-term instability, and many fighters looked for new conflicts. Number 7. Soviet withdrawal victory, 1989. After nearly a decade of fighting, the Soviet Union withdrew in 1989. Too many fighters, this felt like a miracle victory. A superpower had been defeated. Bin Laden and others believed faith and guerrilla warfare had beaten a global empire. This belief shaped his future thinking. If one superpower could fall, why not another? The next target would slowly become the United States. Number 6. Creation of Al-Qaeda. After the war, bin Laden helped create a group called Al-Qaeda, meaning the base. At first, it acted as a network to support fighters in other conflicts. But gradually, its mission expanded. Instead of fighting local wars, the organization focused on confronting global powers influencing the Muslim world. Al-Qaeda became structured, funded, and organized. A dangerous network had formed. Number 5. U.S. troops stationed in Saudi Arabia, 1990. Everything escalated when Iraq invaded Kuwait in 1990. Saudi Arabia feared being attacked. Next, instead of using bin Laden's fighters for defense, Saudi leadership invited U.S. forces into the country. American troops were stationed near Islam's holiest sites. For bin Laden, this was unacceptable. He saw it as foreign occupation of sacred land. This moment marked his major turning point against the United States. Number 4. Bin Laden publicly declares hostility. Throughout the mid-1990s, bin Laden began openly criticizing the U.S. He accused America of controlling Middle Eastern politics, supporting governments he opposed, and harming Muslim populations through sanctions and military presence. His speeches and interviews gained attention worldwide. He no longer hid his intentions. Conflict between Al-Qaeda and the U.S. became inevitable. Number 3. U.S. Embassy bombings, 1998. In 1998, truck bombs exploded outside U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania. Over 200 people were killed, and thousands were injured. The attacks shocked the world. For many Americans, this was the first time the name Al-Qaeda became widely known. The U.S. responded with missile strikes against suspected militant camps. But the rivalry only grew stronger. Number 2. USS Cole bombing, 2000. The boat exploded alongside the ship. 17 American sailors were killed. The attack proved Al-Qaeda could strike military targets. Tensions between the US and bin Laden reached dangerous levels. Yet an even larger attack was already being planned. Number 1. The rivalry was about to change the world. By the early 2000s, intelligence agencies warned that a large-scale attack was possible. But few imagined how devastating it would be. The conflict born during the Cold War was about to explode into one of the most shocking events in modern history. And the next chapter would change the world forever. In the next episode, how the attacks of September 11th were planned, and how the world responded. Subscribe to see the full story.